Hey there, welcome to the world of flavor and tradition. I am the evil boss. Did you know that this little humble being has been feeding the West African communities for over 600 years? And what if I told you it's not just a season, but a superfood packed with nutrients? Today we're diving deep into the history, origin, the secret, and untapped gem of the one and only locust beans. You might have heard of locust beans, maybe used it in a dish. But how much do you know of its story? Let's dissect it a little bit. What exactly is locust beans? Locust beans are seeds from a tree commonly found in West Africa. These seeds are widely used in traditional cooking and they are popular in Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, you name it, every other West African country. These seeds are fermented to give that flavorful condiment called Iru in Yoruba, Dawa Dawa in Hausa, Ope in Igbo. In Ghana and Niger, it is called Dawa Dawa. In Mali, Senegal, and the rest of them, it's known as Sombala. But generally in West Africa, it is known as Dawa Dawa. What's the history of locust beans in West Africa? Locust beans has been around for thousands of years, growing naturally in the savannas of West Africa. I know you heard me, naturally, yes. The locust beans tree initially spread across West Africa naturally through seed dispersal by animals and natural processes. What does this even mean? Seed dispersal is the movement of seed from a particular location to another location. By animals, it means animals ingest the seed, migrate to another location and deposit it there. It could be moved from there elsewhere. Natural process, a very good example, is flood and maybe wind currents. These two processes exactly is how locust beans was introduced to West Africa. It started naturally. However, over time, people began to cultivate it more intentionally due to its valuable uses. Now, I said all this to let you know that no human hand started the planting of locust beans in West Africa. For centuries, nobody planted locust beans. But as soon as humans discovered its valuable use, they started cultivating it. Sadly, the identity of the first person to discover locust beans and probably started using it is lost to history. And that's because this knowledge dates back many centuries ago before written records were kept. The fermentation practice of locust beans predates even further, with evidence suggesting that fermentation practice was in use as early as the 14th century. Now, the first person ever to make a written documentation, a written record of locust beans was in 1757. That's Michael Adamson. Michael Adamson was an English botanist who got very interested in the agricultural practices and dietary habits of the West African societies then. He got interested and he decided to study and document plants around that region then. I'm asking myself, why was this guy interested in documenting the plant and all of that? Could it be the healthy lifestyle of the West African region then? Well, that's a story for another day. Michael Adamson, even though his documentation gave a valuable insight into the agricultural practices and dietary habits of the ancient West African region then, but it is important for us to know that the use of locust beans in West African cuisine predates his document by many centuries. It means that the significance of locust beans in the everyday practice of the people was well established before his documentation. Locust beans is nowadays. So having discovered locust beans, the fermentation process was developed, which allowed the people to use the beans as a seasoning to add that rich savory flavor to their dishes. It's important for us to know that the fermentation process was developed by accident. when the people kept the beans in a warm environment for preservative purposes. And after a little while, it started developing this strong smell, and guess what? The taste started changing. The process was developed. And as soon as they got it right, the use of locust beans spread quickly among West African communities. It became a staple in local cuisine, with each ethnic group developing their unique way of using locust beans. Locust beans are more than just a seasoning. They represent a deep connection to the cultural heritage of West Africa. They are a vital part of West African culture and history. It's a fundamental part of West African cuisine for centuries. In ancient times, it was very common to see families come together during harvest season to ferment and produce locust beans, thereby passing the culinary art from one generation to another. Locust beans for generations, it has always been traditionally made by women, thereby uniting families together. It's always been a community activity. Also, it has always been a labor of love that not only enriches dishes, but strengthens family and community bonds. Locust beans is still an untapped gem, from its nutritive value to its potential as a superfood. This ingredient can go global. It's rich in protein, vitamins, minerals. Look, locust beans can add a nutritious boost to anyone's diet. In future episodes, I'm going to be sharing with you how to use this amazing ingredient in different recipes, from traditional West African dishes to modern day twists. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. If you've ever wondered what gives West African dishes their deep, rich flavor, now you know. Stay healthy, stay flavorful. It's the Boss signing out. And don't forget to hit that subscription button for more exciting content. Bye.